Well, we're back here at the football with Dean Haydock, the coach of the Panton Hill Footy Club, and doing another great win today.
Yeah, John, it was an outstanding win today. The boys actually started the game well for probably the first time in 4 weeks, and they just went on with it, John. So we're actually starting to get the hang of working together, and that's what it showed today.
I was going to ask you about the first quarter, Dean. I thought, I agree with you, it was the best performance we put up in the first quarter of the whole year.
Look, without a doubt, Johnny, the boys just, I suppose in the end they wanted to set a statement. We've got some big games coming up, and we've played some big games, and I said to the boys, one thing we need to emphasise today is our starts, and that's what we did. And yeah, the boys were aggressive from the word go, and we got the score on the board.
Dean, what plans did you have in place prior to the season to get the boys to? I know you introduced some great running skills. I noticed that right from the very beginning. It seemed to me over the last couple of weeks they can run and run and run, but they're just not quite sure where to go just yet.
Yeah, look, one thing we've tried to do is we consistently work on disposal, and hitting targets up, Johnny, and letting blokes run forward to get those targets. I think we fell into a trap in Division 3 where you just seem to bomb, players will bomb the ball, and it's just a 50-50 contest, but we'd rather keep possession and hit 20 to 30 metre targets out and maintain possession, and that's what we're trying to encourage. The other thing I think we probably fell down a bit last year, which we've improved greatly this year, is just that backwards handball out of a ruck contest or a boundary line throwing or a scrimmage, so to speak, to get the ball to kick out and then we move forward, and that's what a couple of things we've tried to work on.
Well, I think it's working too, Dean, because it looked good today. Some of the passages were just first class, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, look, especially when I saw like Heidelberg West were dropping players back behind the play, our back line were able to cut loose players, and then what they were able to do was just chip to 20 or 30 metres to main possession, and then what eventually happens is that'll break the play up, and it showed today. And then they start chasing us. Finno, opens wide up, and he kicks goals.
Thought he played a great game today, Finno.
Yeah, look, he's just a strong power forward in the end.
Yeah.
And he looked well supported by Louth. Louth was great. Bocker, when we put Bocker down forward, he was that lead-up player, and which we needed. So he was that lead-up player which allowed Finno to sit back. But in the end, we probably had 10 or 12 players who were just really good, Johnny.
I thought the backline played well also today.
Yeah, they did. Will Box, I just said the Box is going off the ground. He's just punching and he's just moving really, really well. And then you combine that with Joff down back now, because he can read the play really well and take a good mark. Gurkha is a young bloke. He just runs straight at the ball. So everything's going really well down there.
Teddy was off the ground for a while. Is he injured at all, or just give him a rest?
Oh, look, a slight injury, but nothing major. Look, we've got a big week next week, and I just wanted to make sure he's right to go for next week.
Yeah, we had a bit of a luxury of being able to rest some of the better players in the last quarter, didn't we?
Well, we did, yeah. Look, Teddy came off, Simo came off. Obviously, I sat off as well, Johnny being one of the better players. So, no, we're very lucky having that luxury.
Your best for the day, mate?
Look, I thought Hendry was sensational all day. I thought Boxy was great. I thought Bocker was good. And I suppose, and Pekka once again it was outstanding. So
next week we play
Reservoir next week. Huge game.
An interesting game.
Yeah, look, and you would think Reservoir is going to be one of the top sides of the year. So I think we're developing. We've got into a style now, Johnny, where we're used to each other, and I think we're ready to go.
Okay, I'm sure they're going to come out with a bit of revenge from last year. I thought they were very unfortunate to lose that game, to be perfectly honest, and so we can expect a hard game next week.
Oh, look, without doubt, and I wouldn't have it any other way, Johnny. They'll be in the finals. I think we will be in the finals, and I want hard, close contest now, and I want the boys to get used to that, just having a hard, close game, because that's what finals is all about, and you want that experience during the year.
Well, Dean, thanks very much again for coming. Our ratings this week have been very good. We had at least 67 people tuned in.
67, Johnny.
67,
oh, God.
Not that I'm counting, Dean.
Let's see if I can get a century this week, Johnny. What do you reckon?
Dean Haydock, thanks very much again for your time.
Thanks, Johnny.
We're fortunate enough to have another guest with us this evening, Rick LeGassick. Rick's been with the club for a number of years now and has taken over the team manager's job this year. Rick, how are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. It's big shoes to fill, John. Big shoes to fill.
Oh, tell us about it, mate. How is it? What sort of a job is it, and how difficult is it to do?
In fact, it's not that difficult providing you're organised, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that really, quite typically, behind the scenes don't get sort of recognition. You aren't looking for recognition, but there's a lot to do in the lead up, in the week following, and the week prior to any game.
Give us an idea of what it is, mate.
Okay, from the actually, I'll start from post game. In post game, you'll be liaising with the other team manager. You'll liaise with the umpires. You'll look at team sheets, get an all clear from the umpires. If you're the home team, you'll lodge all the scores and player reports and player points and goals and the like into Sporting Pulse, and you'll follow up with a match report. There's a number of people doing that sort of thing, but certainly a team manager will look after that. Then in the lead up to the next game, it's obviously selecting the teams on Sporting Pulse and having the team sheets prepared. Organisation of support staff like trainers, water carriers, umpire escorts and the like. There's probably another dozen things that I couldn't think of that can't ring a bell right now, but there's quite a bit to do in that break between one game to another.
It's a very, very important job, Rick. It's one of those jobs that it's very difficult to get good people to do for you properly.
It is. There's a lot at stake, because if something goes wrong on the ground, it's up to the team manager to work it through, and that'll be through the club, but also to be through the league and the competition. So, and there's penalties that apply, and there's also a little bit of an image to protect as well.
And what do you think of the game today, Rick?
The game was actually good. It was almost like we were the cat with its paw on the mouse's tail. I think we played with it for a little while, and I think we kept the standard up fairly high from the start of the game to the finish of the game.
Who do you think was best on ground today?
Really liked the way Jared McGough played. He was good from that played at the same high level from the start of the game to the finish. Other guys came in. Nathan Hendry was actually good delivering the ball from end to end. What else do we have? We had a couple of guys moving the ball well. Ducky was actually quite good attacking the ball. Lockie Pearson was pretty good. Those fast players really showed up against Heidelberg West.
I thought Lockie's game was the best he's played for probably a season and a half now.
In fact, I tend to agree with you. He probably lost a little bit of confidence last year, but it's been great to see him back after had a little bit of a slow start to the pre-season. But I think he's got confidence back, and he's smiling when he comes off the ground nowadays.
Yeah, I think the boys would have got a lot out of today. When you look at the run that they put in today, I think they're getting better at it, aren't they?
I think they're getting better at it and maintain it, because that will count. I mean, there's a tendency for some sides to drop off, take the foot off the pedal, if you like, against the. It's unfair to say it, the lesser sides, because if you do that, the lesser sides will actually pick your teeth apart, sort of thing. But they kept the foot on the pedal today, and that'll be good against teams like Reservoir and Thomastown.
I'm not sure whether it was we were better than Heidelberg West, but I expected a little more from Heidelberg West today. We came here with the expectation rather that they were a bigger improvement on last year, and I didn't seem to see that today.
Yeah, I agree. For last two seasons, and probably 3 of the 4 times we played, 4 or 5 times we might have played them in the last couple of seasons, they've been a really nuisance side. They gave us a little bit of grief at this ground last year, but they weren't what we were expecting this year. It was not disappointing, but it was I would have expected more.
And next week's game, big game for us?
Next week's game is a good game. The measuring stick, I suppose, to us, the unknown is Thomastown, but we know what Reservoir are like, and they always give us a hard game, and it's a good solid hit out, I think.
Thanks very much for your time, Rick.
No worries, John. Thank you.